Greetings of the day. I am Asha K, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology.
Data addressing modes of TMS320C54XX processor. So for this data addressing modes of TMS320C54XX processor, we have uh, why addressing modes is necessary. So data addressing modes provides various ways to access the operand and execute the instruction and place results in the particular memory location or the specified register, maybe accumulator register or your accumulator B registers. Wherever we specify, the data will be stored in that particular location, memory location or at the register. So we have seven basic addressing modes in case of Texas Instruments manufactured 32-bit complementary metal oxide semiconductor based C54XX family processors. So we have here the first one, we call it as immediate addressing mode. So as we all know that we learned in the module 2 also, if I'm going to use any immediate number or immediate value in the instruction set, we call it as an immediate addressing mode. And after the immediate addressing mode, the second one we have here is absolute addressing mode. The absolute addressing mode that we have, like depending upon the data memory, program memory, or with the port address, or with the immediate value that we are using. So based upon that, we have this absolute addressing. It is the new addressing mode compared to the module 2. In module 2, we did not discuss about this addressing mode. We're going to discuss this addressing mode in this particular module 3 only. And we have the next one called as accumulator addressing mode, based upon the data transfer from program memory to data memory or from data memory to program memory. We have the third type of addressing mode, which is called as the accumulator addressing mode. And the fourth one, what we have here is direct addressing mode. Like as we discussed, the same kind of details we have discussed in module 2 also, but it is little bit different from module 2. Module 2, it's for a generalized processor we discussed. This direct addressing here we are discussing is particularly for this particular processor, TMS32054XX family. And we have the sixth one, we call it as fifth one, we call it as indirect addressing mode. Like as we discussed there also, here also we have indirect addressing mode and variations of indirect addressing mode. In the previous module, we had only post increment, pre increment, post decrement, pre decrement, post add offset, pre add offset. So those different kinds of variations of indirect addressing mode we have learned there. So here also we have modifications in the indirect addressing mode based upon the bit reversing concept, circular addressing concept, increment and decrement concept, and adding the auxiliary registers concept. So we have different variations. So if possible, in today's class only, we will discuss the indirect addressing mode variations also. And we have the next one, we call it as memory mapped addressing. So memory mapped addressing is another type of addressing mode that we have here. We'll discuss that addressing mode in this particular module. And stack addressing, related to stack pointer, we have addressing mode. So we'll discuss that particular addressing mode also in this particular module. I hope you all are listening.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have completely seven different types of addressing mode. So the seven different types of addressing mode you all should remember is immediate addressing, absolute addressing, accumulator addressing, direct addressing, indirect addressing, and we have memory mapped register addressing, memory mapped addressing, and the last one is stack addressing. So if you practice once, it will be in your fingerprint, because you are in seventh semester. So by this time, many times you have heard the word addressing mode, addressing mode, and all those things. So few addressing modes are common, but what extra here is we have an absolute and accumulator addressing, memory mapped addressing, and stack addressing. So these are little different addressing modes compared to the previous module 2 and previous semester courses also. So moving on to the first one, immediate addressing. So here we are going to use the instruction contains a specific value of the operand. So what kind of values I can use, or what kind of an operand I can use here? So I can use the operand can be of short anta ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ we'll specify here It may be of 3-bit length, 5-bit length, 8-bit length, or 9-bit in length, or long, for example, 16-bit in length data we are going to use. An immediate data of this length we use. If it is a short, means one memory location is sufficient. If it is a long, means two memory locations are sufficient to store the data. So this is about the immediate addressing mode. So you might be having one imagination in your mind that we use a symbol, ash symbol. That ash symbol, if it is there, so that is the immediate addressing mode. Oh, so what may be the still I have not started you people explaining the complete instruction set, and for our syllabus we don't have learning the complete instruction set of TMS family. So only whenever whichever the instruction is suitable, we'll take up that and we'll start analyzing that particular instruction. Okay, so the example for this, so see, used to initialize the registers and memory location. This immediate addressing initializes the value to the registers and as well as to the memory location. The first example here what we have here is load instruction. Load instructions, store instructions, miscellaneous type of instructions, memory related instruction set. We have n number of instructions, arithmetic related instructions, shift related instructions we have. So one example to analyze the immediate addressing that we are considering here is load instruction. So load instruction, what it is doing, load immediate value 20, comma, your data memory page pointer DP. So what is happening here is the immediate number 20 is loaded to the DP, data memory page pointer. So this is the load instruction. LD stands for load instruction. So the second example that we have here is RPT. RPT is repeat instruction. How many times it has to repeat? So it is specified in the instruction that it has to repeat 4f times. So the number specified after the repeat instruction will be loaded to repeat counter. This RC is a repeat counter we have here. So this immediate value is loaded to the repeat counter. So these are the two examples. Don't worry about the other examples, ma'am. Will they ask the questions like identify the addressing modes, such kinds of questions they have not yet asked. I'll just go through the question papers also after the class. So they'll ask only explain the different types of addressing modes available in the PMS 32054XX processor, or sometimes they'll particularly ask explain the indirect addressing mode with a neat block diagram, or explain the direct addressing mode with a neat block diagram. So such type of questions may appear in the examination. So what you have to remember here is an immediate value will be contained in the instruction. So that immediate value will have a symbol, that ash, and then it can have an operand of type short or long. If it is a short type of operand, means the data size may be 3, 5, 8 or 9. If it is a long, means it will be of 16-bit. And you have to remember for short data operand, so we'll be having one memory location is sufficient. So it occupies only one memory location. If it is a long type of operand, it occupies two memory locations. For what purpose we use this addressing mode? We use this addressing mode to initialize the register and memory location. So to initialize the register and memory location, we use this immediate addressing mode. So